that really shallow that I have like a thing for. I'm out of ketchup. This sucks. Is that I have a thing for like for debutantes, socialites, and fucking heiresses and shit. I remember that's one when I joined Bobby Steele's band, The Undead. That's the one thing we bonded over too. Is well, I would ask him about all his songs, but there was this one song called "Be My Girl," and he wouldn't tell me the whole story. He just told me it was about an heiress, and and that's what I did. I went and wrote a song about my kind of heiresses. I wrote a lot of songs though about heiresses. It's a constant thing with me. You got your Patty Hearst. You got your fucking. You know what I mean? You got who was the heiress to, you know, the Hearst publishing company. You know what I mean? Like they did newspapers before the internet. And you got your Edie Sedgwicks, you got your Paris Hiltons, you got all those great bitches, and they all look so fucking good. And they're all so broken in ways that are like me, but just different. Like sometimes the polar opposite. Because, you know, that was their life and that's mine. And it reflects, yeah, though. Isn't that the best muse you could ever... So did Dylan. Dylan used to write for Edie Sedgwick. And, shit. How does it feel to be a Rolling Stone? Yeah, that's about Edie Sedgwick, man. And all that shit. And they're just such great... And the Kardashians, they're just such great fucking muses. You know, and their life is semi-phony. It's not as, you know, elite as they want you to think, but it's still very elite and it's beautiful. But in being in that life, they're very naive. They have a naivete to them. Like in the early millennia, everyone was drinking water. You know what I mean? You put Evian water backwards, that's naive. That's Paris Hilton. You know what I mean? She's not naive or stupid. But if you took her to my part of town, she'd be a babe in the woods. But she'd probably, if you given it enough time, mastermind the ghetto and rethink it. Because the bitch is endowed with good pussy and excellent money and rich standards and shit. But they all want to, you know, and some of them resent their situation too, which is ultra hot. Man, I said it so many years ago. You know, and it's like the way they internalize shit is just profound. But they're the best hoe bags ever because they, you know, I don't know. They're inspiration for your dick, for your art, for your music, all of them bitches. Even down to Frances Bean. You know what I mean? Fucking gorgeous little sheltered little Fabergé fuck dolls. That fucking place. And they all got the best daddy issues. You know what I mean? You just put your dick in them endlessly. That fucking place. And that's what it's all about. That's what those bitches are like. You know? And their boyfriends are inexperienced. They could be rich dudes too from like their part of town that are nobodies and they can't survive the slag down you get from other people and they can't differentiate the hired fools from the general haters. I would do it. I'd stay on like a vice grip on the good pussy like that. I'm like, I don't care. I got nothing to lose anyway. What are you going to do? I drive her car. I live in her house or whatever. And that's what these bitches want. You know, come on, man. You see these little bitches too with like, they all got dogs or little pets. And these rich girls sometimes they associate normal people like they're fucking animals. You wouldn't be this girl's dog? I would. I don't care. I mean, I got nothing better to do. If it means I can put my dick in it, oh, God, yeah. But I don't want her debasing me in front of other people. But like privately, yeah. I need my pussy, you know. You fucking need to do better around here. You can't live in my fucked up third house basement forever. Eat my pussy. I want a bitch like that. You know, and she's just got to be. It doesn't have to be extreme wealth like that either. Just a bitch that's better off maybe, but that's not gonna happen. But I got a second plan, and that's just to, you know, use predatory actions to get bitches in the meantime. It's all about bitches. And when there's a bitch drought, a pussy drought like this, God, it's biblical. You're just out there in the desert. I'm out there at Barker Ranch with my hands in the air, fucking on my knees going, Christ, please make it rain teenage pussy. I'll give you anything. I'm your best servant. Give me the teenage pussy. And I swear to God, give me retarded bitches in fucking wheelchairs. I don't care anymore. You know what I mean? At least I'm prepared. I would have been dead long ago if I didn't have these polar trips and plan for it, you know. But in all reality, just for me to manage one bitch successfully will be that's always quite an accomplishment, you know. My first bitch, I'm gonna love the best. Like the first, and you know, only when I get mad at her does she, you know what I mean? Does she have to sleep with other people? But shit like that. The rest of them, I'm like the dude, and I just keep a Dennis Hoff fucking mentality about, in my fantasies at least. That's what it would be. You can sleep with, I don't care. Go ahead, sleep with Isabella Soprano. Do whatever you want to do. Do what you got to do. Don't bother me. I got my number one bitch. I'm gonna die at my ranch after a night of partying on my 73rd birthday. Like a true motherfucker. Yeah, but that teenage pussy. Imagine fucking young Isabella Soprano with those titties and that fucking God-given ass and that bitch face on. Triple fucking eyelashes on. Daddy fucking please. You know what to do with this. You know, toking on a big cigar. And you don't smoke cigarettes anymore. Your shit is elevated. You know what I mean? Easing your way into the Congress and shit. Easing your dick into that, having political persuasion. Having a little crystal blue persuasion with the government. Yeah.